Good morning, everybody. This is Chondra Rankin, and I'm having my coffee this morning. I'm getting started a little late today because nothing is going right. Actually, I got ready to walk out the door, and I did not have my keys. My car keys, my apartment keys. I did figure it out. I did have an extra apartment or extra car key, but we had gone out of town for the weekend, so I had those, and they were in Chief's truck, and he wanted to hide the little pouch they were in because he didn't want them to get stolen. And there they are in his truck, so he's already at work. Anyway, I got it all figured out, so I'm good. The reason that we were out of town over the weekend is we were meeting up with some of my old college friends. Not old friends, but I've known them for a long time. About 10 of us got together. We graduated 15 years ago, and so we wanted to have a little reunion of sorts, and some people couldn't make it, but it was a really good time for those that did. Our class was really close. We would get together and have potlucks with everybody, and so I've kept in touch with a lot of people over the years, and the same is true with many of the others. And recently I also got together with a group of my music friends who I've known even longer. I've known them for 23 years, which makes me feel kind of old, but it was a landmark birthday for one of them. I won't say what landmark, Sarah, but we all got together in Ames for the day and just looked around on campus and, spent some time with each other. And all of that just makes me think, seeing so many people in a short amount of time that I haven't seen for years, and I've known them for, well, my interior design friends for about 15 years and others for even longer. And it really is important to maintain long-standing relationships, and even if you don't talk to them every day or week or even month, that's a good connection to keep. And I just wanted to touch on a couple of those things that, good morning, Tracy, and I see Jill and Bridget on there too. But just to fulfill you as a person and stay grounded, and that can help you in other aspects of your life. I'm sorry about that light right here. It's off my rearview mirror, but anyway, that'll change when I turn. But there are a lot of reasons. They know you really well, friends that you've had for a long time, so you can kind of skip over the small talk. You can maybe go into a deeper conversation right away because you've known them so long. They know all your idiosyncrasies and probably know even about your job and things like that. I mean, there'll be small talk about that, but you can kind of skip over all that stuff, whereas with a new friend, you have to learn about them and ask more of the smaller questions. One point I thought was really interesting, they might remind you of parts you've forgotten about yourself. And I think that is true to a point, because we, in many of these cases, old friends are college friends, and they're kind of formative years, so to speak. You're becoming an adult, but you're still figuring out a lot of things, and you do a lot of stupid things and just silly stuff and things that you probably wouldn't do when you're an adult, hopefully. But they know all those things about you, and you were probably a different person than you are now. So I thought that was really an interesting perspective, and that's very true. They can make you feel really loved and secure because, again, it's almost like a security blanket. You've known them forever. You have that history. You have all of those experiences to build upon. maybe in thinking about that, how do you build that kind of rapport with your business customers, your clients? How can you get a solid, more meaningful basis to relationship because you don't have all those years of experience? And that could be a talk for another day, because I haven't thought about that, but that's could be an interesting perspective. They also refresh you. When you see somebody that you haven't for a long time, you can just be yourself and don't have those pretenses, and you can maybe let your idiosyncrasies come out a little more because they've already seen them. They've probably seen you at your worst, and in some cases I would say yes, they have. But you can just let all your guards down, and that is refreshing because it is exhausting to try to be who you are not in both business and in real life. Not pick, because you already are that, but figure out who you are and figure out what you want to do. What is your passion? And that is where you can have all of those boundaries further down. Be the most yourself. And morning, Jacob. And just be yourself, because you will feel better and you will grow even more if you are. Another thing is they will remind you of the person you were, and you can kind of compare that to the person you've become. And I truly believe that people don't inherently change. I mean, if someone does change that much, I mean, that's your personality. So I don't even know if that's possible to change. It's possible to grow and be more comfortable outside of those boundaries, but I forgot what I was saying. Oh, everyone inherently stays the same. That being said, you should be somewhat different, because you should be having some sort of growth in your life. And if you don't, you're doing it wrong. There should always be something you're looking into growing in, whether it be, you're reading a certain book, you're learning about a new topic, you're learning a new instrument, you're putting yourself out in an uncomfortable situation. But you should never remain stagnant, because life isn't really worth living if you're going to stay in your little box and not change and not grow. So just a couple of thoughts about seeing everybody over the weekend, and in many ways we are all just exactly the same. And we rehashed the old stories and laughed over, like I said, stupid things that we did, myself included. And just talked about different experiences, and again, that just refreshes that connection between people. But it is also interesting to see how people have changed, and everybody's families were there, so the different dynamics of their family relationships. So that was a lot of fun. Glad I went. Glad I got to see everybody. Laughed a lot. Got some hugs. And it was just a good time. So, in a tie-in to business, in my world, any lasting business relationship is based on friendship. But there are certainly no friends like the ones you've had for decades. So I'm going to kind of cut it short today. I've had kind of a crazy morning, plus it's Monday, happy Monday. But if you found something that you could connect with that I talked about, go ahead and share it if you want, and like and comment and whatnot. And I'll probably be doing this every day during the weekday. So if you have something that you would like to talk about, I am certainly open to that. I love talking about new topics and just learning new things. So Everybody have a great Monday and a great week. I will see you on the flip side.